Well, good day YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. We're looking at a beer that was sent to me by the good folks at Maxwell Stars Beer Reviews. This is the Village Wit. So, Village Brewing Company, Village Wit, it's just a red V that actually reminds me of the VTV series. So the Village Wit, what do we have here? White wheat ale, 330 milliliters, 4.5% alcohol. This bottle actually has the interns and all that. This kind of is like a brown version of a Carlsberg bottle, to be honest with you. I guess this is their way of saving money. All the Village stuff is on here. But these bottles, these pre-pressed bottles, these are expensive and it's hard to get them back usually. It also kind of reminds me of tree brewing. Tree brewing, like their Thirsty Beaver and all that is in these type of bottles. They're really nice bottles, though. I won't deny them that. It's just how big of a craft brewery do you have to be for them to be viable? Spearhead does it here in Ontario. Spearhead has their own custom bottles, and they're just a contract brewer contracting out of Cool. So maybe that lets them spend more money on stuff like this, not having to pay overhead on labor and equipment and everything else. Poured it into a Feku because Fekus and Real Tekus make everything better. Didn't quite meet the 330 milliliter line yet, but that's because there's still a lot in here. This is a very heady beer. I mean, yeah, I didn't pour it the best, but I didn't pour it so badly that it should be like this, but the snap, crackle, pop on that is awesome. Can you hear that? Can you see that? That's a beautiful beer. Visual appeal on this wheat ale is outstanding, to be honest. Outstanding. Straw-colored, bright white head. Lots of it. This actually reminds me of a Puron Belgian wit, and I love that about it. This is actually a pretty damn cool-looking beer. I got suds up my nose. I got too close on that one. I can smell beer foam now. Now, it actually does smell like orange juice almost. Actual orange juice. Orange juice with a bit of orange peel and a bit of banana in there. And your usual grainy sweetness. Look at that head. It has a mind of its own. Look at it. It's pretty beautiful. There's still some beer in here, not much. I just don't know what to do. Oh, it's making the top vagina now. The vagina top. Oh. Down the sides, just a little. That's a perfect beer commercial right there. Just a slight little turn down the side. And so close to that line. Just about touching it. Should I force the rest in? Yeah, why not? There we go. Oh, and there's the beer commercial again. Oh, splooging down the side. Okay. So, look at it's a beautiful looking beer. It really is. The visual appeal is outstanding. I am slightly bothered by the amount of head though, because it sounds like it should go away, but it's going away so slowly. I'm just wasting time talking. Okay, it looks beautiful. Let's try it. Let's try to get into it. Smell better than it tastes. Not a bad beer though. Not a bad beer. I would put this above, say, a Mill Street Wit, which when I first reviewed it, the Belgian Wit was a much better beer than it is today. Even if the recipe didn't change, the size they're brewing it at just seems to have taken away from the beer. This smelled much like orange juice. Nice graininess on the mouthfeel. Medium mouthfeel, nice graininess on the flavor. A little bit of orange and orange peel. A little bit of almost cereal green and yeast bitterness. It's weird because I was expecting that banana flavor, but I'm not getting it. It's just kind of cereal greeny on the background. This actually reminds me quite a bit of like an American pale ale. Not American pale ale, an American white ale, an American wheat, which is usually basically no Belgian yeast and really no adjuncts. They're not usually going to add the orange peel or the coriander or anything like that. This is kind of like that because it's more grainy forefronted than anything else, but there is a slight taste of orange in there and a slight scent of it. So I don't know. Maybe that's a hop. Maybe that orange scent and flavor is a hop and not orange peel or orange itself. Because there are hops that could do that, which would explain the slightly bitter backbone on this. It's not a bad wheat beer though. Not a bad wheat beer at all. Very refreshing, low ABV, very sessionable, very low carbonation. Even though the head is exponential at the same time, that's most likely a yeast byproduct because the carbonation in your mouth is very light. It's a very nice beer. If it's a Belgian wit, you're not really getting the banana, you're not really getting coriander or anything like that. If it's an American wheat, I'm getting more citrus fruit than I'd expect from it, but you are getting a hoppy background, which would make sense, and that would actually, if this was an American, no matter what it is, it's better than the two biggest wheat beers in Ontario from craft breweries. Well, unless you're in the Toronto area, and then it's side launch. But the two biggest being the Mill Street and the Stereo Vision from Flying Monkeys. I'm not saying they're the most wanted, but they're the ones that have the biggest range in the province. Better than both of them. One of them is a Belgian wit, one of them is an American wit. This is better than both of them. Out of 10 on this, I'd probably give this a 7. I'd probably give it a solid 7. It's nothing special, but it's very refreshing. Very appealing. I could drink it all the time. So thank you very much, Nick, for sending this. Village Wit from the Village Brewing Company in Alberta. Thank you, guys. Bye.